Hey, yo, welcome back to the Doug and Beyond, and we got some NBA going on over here, and we got, of course, the standings are definitely going, definitely spreading out a little bit throughout the East and West here. Some teams are definitely very close to each other still, but hey, we're not 5 games in, 10 games in where we're going. We're almost halfway through with, of course, the All-Star game. All-Star teams have already been started voting on December 19th, all the way through January 20th, with, of course, 3 teams, Team Shaq, Team Chuck, and Team Kenny, of course, all the TNT analysts. We all fought so hard to, of course, have them try and stay around because they're just so funny and great, and they all make everyone laugh and just do crazy stuff, but also very good analysts out there for them. But yeah, we got going to the conference, going to the standings here. As for this year, let's start with the East Conference, as we have a very, very dominating Cavaliers team who kind of is definitely very much holding their own this year. They're kind of looking like the 2017 Warriors, who definitely just blew through every team. They were dominating by 40 points with Curry, with the Splash Bros going off every game and making it look like the easiest thing in the entire world to have you win a game. And basically, like, are they ever going to lose? So that's kind of what they're looking like, dominating the Nuggets here also just recently. And next we have the Celtics, who of course we know they won last year's championship. If you didn't know that, sorry, they won last year against the Mavericks. But yeah, a little spoiler if you were not aware of that. At 23-8 right now, and still very good, just under, of course, 10 losses here. And then the Knicks, Magic, and Bucks, who are definitely all spreading out with the Heat, right, all that. And then after that, it just kind of goes down each number, and then we got all the way down to the Wizards, who are very, very bad. All the way up to the Hornets and Raptors, who are also not even at 10 wins yet on the season. But let's shift over now to the Western Conference, as we have a very good Thunder team who actually was very good last year and has continued that. So, hey, some of us a lot of us may be thinking, like, hey, like, this team was not great a couple years ago. Like, in the 2022-23 season, they were, not, I don't even think, they were, yeah, they were, basically nowhere near. They were top 10 in the Western Conference at, just under 500 at 40-42 on that. And then just blasted it up, as we all know that they kind of came out of nowhere. And of course, definitely had, here we had them finishing, of course, first last year, tied with the Nuggets, but they had the tiebreaker on the Nuggets that last season, so they had first overall last year at 57-25, going all the way to the, we had them going all the way to the conference semifinals against the Mavericks, where they did lose 4-2. But so a lot of us all around the NBA world, and we're thinking, is this maybe a bloop year for them? Like, is it kind of just like no one really knew them too much? Like, they are very young. They are actually, speaking of that, they are the youngest team of any team this year. As right now, they are at 24 years old and 148 days, with the next closest is the Portland Trailblazers at 24 years old and 200 days, with right behind them is the Spurs at 24 years old and 209 days. But hey, we did, but then also, crazy thing is the Hornets are the oldest at 25 and 310 days. But let's get back to these Oklahoma City Thunder team, as this team, you might be thinking like, hey, this team definitely just has a lot, has very young players no one really knows about, but there's definitely some guys who are definitely very known throughout the league, as they just picked up, of course, Isaiah Hartenstein, of course, played very, very well for the Knicks last year. They picked him up this last offseason on a contract, and then I think they traded for Alex Caruso from the Bulls, who, of course, as we know, kind of went off for the Lakers a few years ago for them, and then went to the Bulls, and now he went to the Thunder this last offseason. But hey, other than that, they are pretty young on this team and not very well known. But we do have a lot of skill. We of course have Jalen Green, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren. Of course, didn't play his rookie year. Technically made the next year his rookie year, but he got hurt in like that. In like a little small tournament that was approved by the Thunder. I think it was actually part of the Thunder's like organization in a way. So obviously, if they get hurt playing another tournament or something, not for them, it could affect the team. Like a thing like the team, like you don't really care. You just wanted to play whatever. But that was, of course, definitely Thunder approved, and I think it was part of their team in general, so that was fine for them. They were like, all right, just go heal up. I think he like broke his leg or something like that, if I remember right. They of course have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doing very, very well. The other spelling of Jalen Williams, the other one is Jalen. This one is Jaylin. And then Lucas Dort, Aaron Williams, and then yeah, we just go down to the rest of the roster who doesn't really play too much. A lot of a few G League players on here. But hey, this starting five is very dangerous and has definitely now proven themselves to be a threat this year, as they are the only team in the West right now to have under 10 losses on the season. With right now, the second place team in the West is the Grizzlies at 22-10. So hey, they definitely got their groove on them, their footing on them right now. But hey, all in all, in the end, this Thunder team is definitely proven that they definitely belong in the top and are showing it day in and technically night in and night out for them, as mostly they play at night for most time zones, I guess. Technically here in the Eastern, they play most likely in the nighttime, but other than that, they're doing very well. And yeah, they are just carrying it over from last year, which is definitely very impressive, and that's kind of what you want to see as a team. You can kind of just take it and go along with it. And I think that the additions that they did add, I as a Knicks fan was was not happy to see Isaiah Hartenstein leave and go get another deal with them, but hey, he's definitely helped them provide some tall man back up there, and also just as a starter there for Hartenstein to definitely stretch himself down there and really make himself a well-known player in this league, as he already is, and definitely will most likely be an all-star this year. But yeah, a lot of these teams, like they beat the Mavericks. They played very, very well in the NBA Cup. They actually played in the NBA Cup against the Bucks, which they did lose that game. But of course, the Bucks are also doing quite well this year in this one. But other than that, they are just very much handling their own. Like even before that, they beat the Jazz, who are doing they beat the Jazz, who are not doing really well at all, which kind of surprises me, but not really. They do have they have a new squad, I would say, in a way there, but they are one of two teams here this year that have less than 10 wins, right behind the Trailblazers, who are at 10 wins on this. But yeah, they have definitely proven themselves, and it's definitely awesome to see them throughout the rest of the season. I'm sure that they're going to get even better and better as we go on. So definitely watch out for this Oklahoma City Thunder team, and I know that they are going to be doing damage this year, of course, in the playoffs again. And honestly, I'm going to put them as, if they even, I'm going to say they could get to the conference finals this year, if not to the finals, because of course of what happened, of what's happened this year, and of course they're now basically understanding of what the playoff implications are. Well, everyone knows what the playoff implications are, but the being there and getting the practice of being in that stage already, and having the players know how it is. Of course, a bunch of them played in the NCAA tournament and knowing what it's like to be on that stage and level already. So it'd be awesome to see what basically any team here does, and see if they can definitely stay at the top of where they already are, and see which ones are separated even more from the pack as we go along throughout the rest of the season, as we do have just over halfway through left of this as we go on. So yeah, let's see what happens with the rest of these teams, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!